Okay, fine. So as per the agenda, we just planning to go with AI engineering basics with the data. First, you must know the data. Then only you can understand to go and learn about AI models. Because AI model is very easy. Wherever you're going, you can see that AI references. But how we are going to adapt with our data engineering domain, that's we are planning to forward. So in this plan, as it is, we are planning to start with the data Nova currently, and we are going to discuss everything in the practical, no boring with the theoretical. So I'm going to start my cluster and then I'm going to start the practical concept, everything will go as it is. But theoretically, we'll be going to discuss about only the architecture level. What is the use of the Hive and what is the architecture they're using, how they are holding the data, these are all we are going to discuss, and then we will be immediately going to the next level with the practical session, how we are going to create the table with Iceberg and Hive, and how it is connected with the Spark. Mostly in data, we are planning to go everything with the Spark basis. For that, you must know the basics with some coding in hands-on. Uh, Kindly let me know who will have some experience of programming because I don't like to go with rush up the topics. It should be a knowledge basis. So, what's your thought process? What's your convenience that I must know? Based on that, I can uh, s- change my speed up. Otherwise, it's like a rush up. I don't like to go like that. We'll be going slowly, but understanding is matter. So, overall, have very good knowledge exposure in the coding platform, and overall is expected to know the basics with the coding also.
I have some knowledge of coding, but very
Okay.
limited hands-on experience, very limited. But I can understand the concept of coding and programming.
Oh, okay. So you know very well with the SQL, am I right?
Yeah, SQL, I'm familiar with SQL
Yeah.
and writing
Oh,
programs.
yeah. Yeah, okay. Srinivas, how about you? Srinivas, I'm audible. He joined from PST time zone also. Okay, then we'll go with the coding, sorry, SQL syntax basics, and then we'll be going to connect this SQL with coding platform. And we don't go with the legacy of coding. We'll be going to continue with the SQL related coding interfaces we can design it. That's I will explain you in step by step, and we can discuss in detail. Okay, for that we plan to go today with the Iceberg table introductions. We will discuss what Iceberg table, how it is going to be connected with the Hive and the Spark engine. That's we can discuss it. So those who have some familiar with SQL, the same table concept like RDBMS, Iceberg is reacting. That's the plan for the today. Okay, so for that we'll be going to initiate our cluster and we'll start the environment first, and we'll see the performances. Everything we are designing with the Docker container. So I'm going to start with the Docker container and will provide the same environment to you. You also going to be install this Docker container. I'll be schedule a separate session for the setup, and then you're going to start and do that all the coding hands on what I have done it here at the same. Okay. Let me start the container first. Almost you're going to start with 11 node cluster in your environment. That's you're going to create as a the big data platform. There you're going to do all your coding. Okay. Once you start your cluster, the environment is look like this. Okay. You can do your coding with the Python and the Hive shells and the PySpark. And inside this Hive shell, we can practice with the Iceberg tools also. And the Spark engine also can communicate with the Iceberg. Same like you can use shell scripting with this other environment and create with markdown other references files so you can create it. Okay. First, we will be going to discuss about the architectures. So you have to create a folder, whatever. You can do that. If you're going to create one small files, we'll go with time engines. It's much better to understand. Okay. So high score tables, nothing but you will be working with RDBMS environment, right? So in RDBMS, you can do all your practices. Like you can create a table, drop the table, insert, and update everything you can do that. In big data platform, we are using same like the tool is called Hive, but the Hive have some limitations. We cannot do all the practices like RDBMS. Example, we want to update some record. Unfortunately, Hive doesn't able to do that. So we have to check with some alternative how we are going to achieve it in big data platform. Because RDBMS have a limited value of record, you can handle it. Otherwise, your cost is going to be increased more. That's we need to avoid it. That Iceberg will help you. Because Iceberg can handle like RDBMS tools like Oracle or SQL Server, but it can handle over volume of the data. So that's why the people are rushing and moving to the Iceberg environment, and it's familiar to react with all the asset property. Asset property is nothing but you can do all your operations with a create, update, delete, whatever you want with the records and data levels, everything can achieve it. Same like Iceberg also can do that. So we are going to discuss with the Iceberg architecture in the overview, and then we'll see some demos. Okay, so this is the sample of Iceberg architecture overflow. Whatever you're going to create the tables in your environment, everything will be following to maintain with metadata layer. Metadata is nothing but who have experience in the raw DBMS, you already create the table and you can see the table references. Am I right? Am I right? Correct?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
So same like we can see that metadata references, how the data is going to be stored, the catalog we are going to point it. In this metadata file only capture all the information about your Iceberg table, where you're going to write the data, what format is it, and how it's going to be react for you. All the information you can capture. This is a very short information they have provided here. The very low overview concept. Let's deep dive into this. How it's actually look like. Catalog. First, we'll come with catalog. These are the layers actually. Inside the catalog layer is going to be stored with metadata. This metadata only they are mentioning here. So metadata layer. Okay. Inside to the metadata layer, you can go to the next level. That's converts to data layer. In a data layer, will be store all your file objects. Okay, this is the base. Catalog is nothing but you are going to create like a different data marks. That's we are calling as a catalog here. Example, you are working in an organization, you want to maintain all your account related data information, then you have to create a separate data mart for account. Merchant, you will be going to create with a separate merchant layer. Each of them, you will be designing separate data mart, same like the catalog is going to help you. So account wise and merchant wise or customer wise, you can create a different catalog layer. Inside, you can maintain all your the data in separate. And metadata layer is going to be packed with your data layer. Data layer only going to be handle all your data as a file object. Either it should be a Pocket, ORC, Avro, normal text. Mostly text it will not be interested with a bigger platform, that is CSV or TSP, whatever the file format, you can handle it. So inside to this environment, mm, most preferable is Pocket. I'll tell you what is the reason behind. You'll see some example in the later session, but this is the priority. I'll give you some hints. And it's more suitable for Iceberg tables. Others is possible, but this is well more adapt and you can have very user friendly with your environment. That's why they will be very fast. And while you're going to start all your operation to your environment, there is a concept is called COW and MOI. Okay, so COW is nothing but copy on right, and MOR is nothing but make on right. Both will be suitable to go with Pocket Performance IC. Okay, so it's nothing but this concept is you're trying to copy the data and write into the environment. That's possible with them. Everything will be created within the backend within new files for it. It's a bit difficult to explain here. Maybe I'll go some examples to you and we can see the backend process. Mm, the code ranges. I'll be going to start with PySpark packages. I'm trying to connect with some sample tables, then you can easily understand. Otherwise, just theoretically, we can explain without picturing. Spark is ready and it's able to connect with your environment. And whatever we need to do the coding platform, here only we can achieve it. So first we can see with some Spark session references. Why I connect with the Spark? Directly Hive doesn't support with the Iceberg tables up to Hive 4. Less than Hive 4 expression, you have to read only the data or you can uh, only most of the operations you can do with only with the read only operations. Beyond that, you cannot do that. Spark can able to do all the operation directly. Hive 4 expression, they introduced these options to directly communicate with the Hive tables. Here you can see this one. Iceberg full support with Hive 4x and above only. That's why we are trying to connect with uh, what is the Spark basis because less than Hive 4, all your environment mostly include under balance with your Spark 3 expressions. And real time also the people are using Spark 3x. That's more compatible with your Spark. Sorry, Hive 4. That's Hive 3x. That's more compatible with the Spark. That's why the people are not moving to the Hive 4 expressions currently. Now what we can do, we are going to do some practices one by one and we'll see the reactions. Tell them any questions.
No, Hive 4 3.3 is not supporting for Spark 4, is it?
Spark 3 doesn't support with the Hive 4. It's a reverse,
Oh, okay. Hive 4
especially for
is okay.
Iceberg libraries.
So for
So,
that we have to increase the Spark, is it?
Spark 4 you have to adopt with this Hive 4, but not as of now, it's not ready. You can do all your Hive related tables creation, everything you can adopt with the Spark 3. But
Okay.
Iceberg not sync with the Spark 3. That's the problem. So once you enter into the Hive 4x, then only all the full support with Iceberg tables is adopted. So here you may consider Iceberg 4x, sorry, Iceberg support with Hive 4 expressions. If it is less than, then Spark 3x will be supported for it. Okay, there is a layer they have designed because it's a runtime environment. Right? Runtime means it doesn't have any separate uh, physical information. They are holded in the backend. Everything they are maintaining with some jar references on a runtime jar basis one. Like a Hive, we will be maintaining all the catalog for separating the RTBS environment, metadata, and the partition references. Everything you can get from your catalog tables, catalog environment as well. This is called we are calling as a metastore. But the same metastore they are going to use for Iceberg also. Okay, so there is no separate Iceberg metastore they are maintaining it. They are going to adopt with the high grades or the high metastore. This is happening. Otherwise, cost will be huge and you cannot manage it, and they don't want to maintain it. Some of them learn about Dremios at all. Hope you few of them have knowledge in that, right? Nessie, Dremio. Did you hear about Dremio, Dremio, something the name comes. Here also the certificate they are proud on the Dremio. Dremio. So Dremio is the kind of engine they are using. Nessie, they are maintaining the catalog. But it's very costly operation. People cannot balance everything in that in their income. That's why they are not using it mostly. They overall have high metastore. They are going to adopt with the high spec table on top of high metastore. Worldwide, this is happening. Got the point?
So one more question: does it support other than this Hive, Nesi, Dremio? In there any S3 storage or other any storage system?
They are using the
Iceberg.
backend with S3 or whatever the cloud is. They are going to use it. They are maintaining with high metastore or NSC basis only. You have a third party operation to connect with that environment. While you're going to
Okay.
create a AWS environment with some cluster, you're going to create it. That big data cluster we are going to sync with in the back end of Hive or NSC catalog. Same
No,
like Azure
without
also SG inside is available. That's also same.
yeah, without Hive, is there any other way to support
NSC,
Iceberg? Yeah.
NSC can't do that.
Okay. Okay.
So NSC is
Nesi
a good
service.
way and you can connect with the NSC catalog.
Okay. We have some other
Okay.
service, AWS catalog service, right? Athena catalog or some other services.
Okay, Athena. Athena also has the same knowledge of Hive, right? Because
From Hive
Athena is a
only.
copy from Hive only. They are maintaining with their library references. Unfortunately, it's an open source. Hive. So they are copying all the code from here and they are added their own library. That's it. They are done.
Okay. Is there
Athena is
anything
like
supported
a
for
Hive.
yeah, yes, that's supported for RDBMS metastore something, normal database. Does it support with Iceberg?
No, no,
No,
not at all.
only
Not,
Hive. Okay,
it's
fine.
not support. Yeah, they are going to be. I'll show some examples straight on that. You are going to write the table in your through Spark to or Hive Metlog. How it is showing because Hive we can see with the describe format references. Same like we can see here also. Okay,
Okay.
I'll show you in few minutes. Meanwhile, any other questions? Saran, do you have any questions? Are you able to follow me? Saran, are you clear or confused? Okay. Okay, fine. So I got the inputs from chat window. Okay, let me go and start with some Spark code, and we can see the performance outputs here. Mm, what I think about it? What we have discussed. Okay, so Hive Metastore table creations with Hive environment. First, let me see the. Yes, my screen is clear, right? Or I should I zoom little bit? Is it clear, visible?
Clear.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, okay, fine. Maybe I can little bit increase the font size. I can go more than that. It's very difficult. Okay, now let what I am planning to do there. Going to be show some catalog references for you. Okay, Spark catalog is nothing but it's designed on top of your Hive Metastore. This catalog can communicate with your Iceberg tables. Okay, nothing beyond it. It's very simple for you. I am trying to connect this environment Iceberg table in Spark. Spark trying to read all the information about this Iceberg table as a catalog layer. As I said before, catalog layer, the top layer is going to be performing for you. Inside this catalog only, they are maintaining all the metadata separate. Same like catalog, we have to create and sync with our Spark. It's not a Spark catalog. You will be providing as your own wishes need, like different data what you're working in account basis catalog you can create, or merchant basis, or customer basis, or retail basis. Many catalog you can create. This catalog only you're supposed to communicate with your Iceberg tables. That's why we are mentioning this information. Okay. Now let me go on to the next. Let me going to create a table simple way and we'll see the outputs. As of now, I don't have any tables. I'm going to create right now and based on the tables, I'm going to sync it. Maybe I have to create one databases here. This is Hive database. DB37. There's a database I'm trying to create now. Okay. So D37E is a database I created on top of Hive engine. Here you can see this engine is created with Hive only. Okay. Inside this engine, I'm going to create a table on Hive. So what will happen? The catalog is going to be maintaining all the metastore from our Hive and creating the expect table in this catalog itself as a metastore itself, and we can reflect based on our Spark engine. That's we are doing. So in some of the company, those who doesn't maintain the environment of Spark, they are going with a Dremio engine. The Dremio will be support for all your operations related to iSpark. It's an alternative of Spark, but the performance wise is not good and achieved as much as like a Spark. So Spark is giving you more achievements, but those who doesn't have an environment, they are going with the Dremio engine. And it's completely big data platform. The people are using it. Apart from few of them not working the big data platform, they are using Hive as a Nessie, Spark as a Dremio. This is worldwide the people are achieving it. Okay, now I'm coming back. I'm going to create a table on this Iceberg on under this tables. Show tables in
So
this
Nessie,
database.
yeah, Nessie and Dremios replace of the Spark, or is replacement of the Spark, or just on a catalog
Spark
only.
and Hive.
Spark
Catalog,
and the
Nessie catalog is a replace of Hive.
Hive.
Spark
Okay.
is a replacement of your Dremio. That's it.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. Maybe I can
yeah.
mention you like Hive catalog, like Spark is. Okay, you have an environment. You can do all your coding practices, and you have a data platform. You can maintain everything as you wish. Not a problem. But who doesn't have that environment? They are start and they are trying to only work with the iceberg tables. Then they are thinking the alternative. That's why this Nessie and the Demio comes. Okay, it's
Okay.
not related to the big data platform. It's a data lake separate architecture they are maintaining.
Okay. It's not the open source, right? Is it a license?
It's a paid.
NSC and something. Okay,
It's
paid.
paid.
Okay.
It's paid. Yeah. Yeah. Now let me going to create a table. Maybe I will show all the inputs one by one for you. Here also. Whatever I'm written, I'll be keep maintain for your future references as it is. Later we are going to see all the hands-ons in detail, but as of now, I will show you the first level. I don't like to boring you, so a little bit I will go with some coding practices. Now I'm going to create a table for the atmosphere. Create table what table here. 37 dot customer example I'm going to here no ID integer. I mean string. Okay, only two environment I don't like to adding a more string. So that's bug. Table. Whatever. This one is better. You will start that right. Check the
Name string.
The open brackets, no? The open bracket ID integers. Customer ID table bracket, right? Open bracket and close.
this is correct, right?
Yeah.
No. Integer ID integer comma front.
Code file parameters.
Create aspect table. This is correct aspect table. Table name I just provided. Database.
Code table as
So, sorry, one mistake. Stored as is using by I for its syntax issue. I think so. Okay. No table is created. This is the command. Stored as used only high 4x version, not with the Spark. Spark have a different syntax.
yeah. Suppose if we don't using Iceberg, where is going to process where is going to store the
Where
data? No, if we
if
don't use
suppose you
the
don't have, come here.
if we if we don't apply the using Iceberg, where is the default
Mm,
storage?
default storage high Spark without high you cannot because in the top layer only you're going to use it. Am I right?
Yeah.
Uh, so you must know one metadata catalog. Without metadata catalog, it's very difficult to explain. At least you need that environment to adopt it right. So if suppose
Okay.
you don't have a high Spark, sorry, high environment, you are trying to connect
Okay.
Spark engine with the iSpark table directly. This is your expectation, correct?
Yeah, that is fine. But sometimes we are not passing Iceberg, and can it be stored any default layer with to associate it with any other metadata? Something the Hive metadata.
No, no. Only high metadata you can sync up in the backend.
No,
Come
only
again
Hive
in question.
metadata.
Come again in
Yeah.
question. I'm a bit confused.
No, no. My question is clearly we are passing the command stored as Iceberg. So
Hmm.
if we don't, without the option, is it possible to write the grade the table
Don't on this option.
without applying the command stored as Iceberg, right? Can we just grade the
Mhm.
table tree where the data has been stored?
No, no, we cannot. You must inform.
Where will be stored? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are not mentioned this one, this using iceberg command, then it's by default it's creating with a Hive table.
Normal
Oh,
Hive
Hive
table
table.
instead of
That's
iceberg
my.
table.
Yeah. Yeah. Example, I'll be going to create one more table. Customer
Yeah,
test. So you don't want to use this command, this syntax, correct? That's it.
yeah.
So this is look like your Hive.
Normal Hive table.
So
Okay,
default
normal Hive.
location is good. Yeah,
Does
this
it
is
store?
right into now normal Hive table only.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
let's try.
Does it?
Let's
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
see
Got it.
connected to the metastore. Now table is created. Now let's see the tables both.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, table soon B37. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, first table is ready. Now let me go into describe this table, then you can understand. Right, formatter. Let's go in detail information about customer. This is our actual iceberg table, which we're going to deep dive.
Okay.
You can see all the side library followed by iceberg environment. The table type is iceberg.
Iceberg.
If suppose you are not mentioning, okay, now it's clear, right?
Yeah, yeah. On both table associated with the same Hive metastore, right? There is no
Correct.
any
Both
other
are
setting.
stored in
Yeah.
no other places. But you can see
Okay.
that the information about this metadata location, there's a metadata layer they are maintaining. Let me going to see the
Mm.
same table, same command for customer test is based on Hive tables.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see Hive lazy simple study followed by where it is managed table. Managed table is part of your Hive. Correct.
Yeah. Manage table.
Yeah.
From
And
where,
followed
where,
by Hive libraries. Simple.
yeah, where is the metastore? The same metastore, right? Hive metastore.
No, no. Hive metastore, but location they aren't mentioning about it. You can see this location related to Hive, only data layer location you can see. All the data, whatever you're trying to write, this is going to be stored in this path. That's it. Correct.
Okay, I think
You cannot see
internal.
more
Yeah,
than that.
internal store. It's kind of internal
Yeah,
table. Yeah.
correct. Exactly. But here you can see it's they are maintaining with the metadata JSON. In this SDFS path,
Yeah.
some JSON file created. This is called metadata layer. This metadata layer is synced with your Hive metastore.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Got it?
Okay. This metadata location is pointing out to the external location or inside Hive. It's Hive location, internal location. It is a normal HDFS location, right?
Yeah.
Metadata
Just a
location.
minute.
Yeah.
One. The author needs to join 1 minute. I'll reply back to the people.
Hello, Dinesh.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, please continue. Ramesh,
Uh,
what's your question?
No, no, no. Yeah, my question is that metadata location associated with some location for the iceberg table, right?
Correct.
So that is the location it is in the it is associated with the high HDFS location or different location. Everything is
SDFS only.
HDFS. Mm.
Yeah, that's fine. In the backend layer, high metastore going to be only a SDFS path. Am I right? Let me show this one.
User
Then
new
your
data
doubt will be clear. So this is the database. Inside this database, we are creating two tables. One is related to Iceberg. Customer is related to the Iceberg table. Customer test is related to the Hive. So both table we have created. Now let me go inside to the customer. On top of Iceberg, you can see the metadata references here.
Mhm.
So it's creating with the metadata part. Let's see from the association analysis. And I'm going to see that metadata. Yes, Arun, do you have any questions?
Yeah, regarding this table storage locations only, I'm trying to compare with Hive. While we are creating a table in Hive, we will specify some path where the table it needs to be created
It's a
under the default storage of the table. It will be stored as some text file format. Then afterward we will convert it to an arrow or parquet. Those operations and all we will do in an Hive. So I'm trying to compare these things here with Iceberg. So there we are giving
uh,
some specific path. So how we are, whether we here in Iceberg also we need to give a specific path, anything.
location basis also you can achieve it. Mostly in Hive, based on external table, you are going to achieve these operations. Correct. This is you're doing always. So you're going to create one location path. On top of the location path, you're creating an external table. Those external table, you're going to do all your query operation. This is correct. You're doing that. Am I right?
Ah,
Even as a park data or ORC are different file format, you are going to create the table on top of your external table for location path. Even internal table is possible. Mostly the people are prefer to go with external table.
yeah.
Okay, so based on the ownership and the accessibility, they can revoke it from others. That's why they are doing this way. Iceberg, if you need, you can do the same operation in Iceberg also. It's not a problem. The same files based on that or different location, everything you can achieve it. But the context, the concept of Iceberg, bit different. Because in Iceberg, what we are doing, we are going to write the data in the metadata layer one by one. Like I said in the above, catalog we already created. Inside the catalog, we are maintaining with the metadata. Metadata only, we are maintaining all the metadata data layers. Okay. So metadata is nothing but we are seeing the JSON file. This is the metadata JSON. You can see, right? This is your catalog information. Like we're going to see the catalog for your reference detail. That's much better to understand. This is your metadata JSON references. As of now, format versions, table, unique ID numbers, the location where actually you're going to persist all the data and metadata information. That's their pointer. Last sequence number, blah, 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 many information and what kind of schema you're going to maintain it. So ID in integer data type and a name in the string data type, everything you're going to write into this JSON layer. From this JSON only, where whenever you're going to call it, it's just going to be read and match with your Iceberg table. But in Hive, everything you're maintaining in your Hive metastore. Any changes you have to handle with your Hive metastore. But in Iceberg, Hive metastore just to hold this information. You can see this path data will be stored. This is the customer table as Iceberg table. This path file is hold. This is the path, metadata is just port. That's it. It doesn't maintain any other information much. Everything just hand over to Iceberg. Iceberg can take care with the top of your Hive environment.
Yeah.
Okay. Only they are mentioning the Iceberg type. Even they are not maintaining any importation references in your Hive metastores. Everything they can handle with your Hive Iceberg itself. Got
Yeah.
it?
Dinesh,
Your
excuse me,
backend information.
one more resource requested link in the WhatsApp. Can you send the link for them?
Yeah, please. Please.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm focusing with the classes, so kindly take forward if anybody is requested. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Till now you're clear, right? So now you can see the properties. One is Bigdatapedia, write with Pocket coded references. This is a Pocket file as created and compression followed by Z standard format. This is the information as of now. Hive metadata JSON is just hold. Got it? Saranan, are you clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Any other question?
Dinesh, I
You're
have
trying
one
to
more
compare with the
question.
Hive? Yeah, please.
Yeah. Dinesh, for this metadata file, right? So we created a tables and we are going to updating column frequently. How the
Mm,
values has been changed? So can we just it is directly creating the new JSON key and value pair to append it, or it is going to update it the value existing value?
It's
How are they
going to be
maintaining the
updated.
value?
Let's see some example in some time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you some examples. Okay, you can refer.
Yeah.
Right now, we just create a table. We didn't have any other information.
Okay.
Correct. We are going to read some data or write some data with this particular environment, and we'll see the performance outputs. How it is behave in the backend, that we can understand. Till
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
everyone is clear. Then we can go to the next level. Don't worry.
Just to
Any
understand,
questions?
Yeah,
Iceberg
this
is
Yeah,
point
please.
is clear, but where do we see the metadata per internal table? I
Okay.
think customer facing table.
I'll explain you. Just wait
Yeah.
for a few minutes. Yeah, Sudhakar, please go ahead.
just want understanding clarity in the iceberg. Iceberg, for example, in the environment, we have the Hive environment. On top of the Hive, that
Hmm,
iceberg is sitting, is it? Whenever you're writing the
correct.
table, it will create a metadata catalog in the Hive. Then the data catalog separately, they're maintaining it. That's the iceberg. In the normal Hive, there is no
Correct.
metadata catalog just maintaining it. Okay. Okay.
Right. That's
So
happy. That's why I said iceberg is a runtime layer. Without runtime layer, it cannot. Okay. There is no separate data layer or metadata references. They are not maintaining it. They have a runtime engine that's going to be React on top of your environment. So without Hive support, if supposed to do Iceberg practices in big data platform, it's not possible. But without Hive and you want to do the Iceberg on top of your NIST catalog or Dremio engine, that's possible. They are come out entirely from our big data platform. They are creating their own. That's the people are using called as a separate environment. Data like architecture, it's a different way. But mostly the classical, the people are mostly go with the actual data like layer with the big data platform like Hadoop, Spark, the combinations they are using it. That's more comfort for them also. And separately supposed to create a iceberg table without a big data platform, then cost is very huge because they have a lot of conflict. They are mentioning it. A RAID disk they have to maintain. On top of that, they have to maintain all the software and the licensing platform. Then it's a big difficult for you. This is happening in the world.
clear.
Okay.
Thank you.
So one of the organization here that it's called as a PSF, they are move on with a Dremio engine on top of the iceberg table. They don't need other environment because they don't have much exposure with that. So they directly go with a Dremio engine to do the practices, but it's very difficult for them. Right. Still some discussion is going on. Let's see that in the future. Okay. Shall I go next?
Yeah, sure.
Any questions till now? Praveen, Vinay, Saranan,
No.
Ramesh. As of now, everyone is clear, right? Yeah. So just let me know if you're not clear. Okay, so open talk for you. So you can raise your concern, we can discuss and go forward to the next.
Dinesh,
Now
what
we
are
just
the syntax
yeah,
which we are using in a Hive? That most of the syntax whether we will use in an iceberg or the syntax it will be changed here much.
bit change. That's why I'm showing you. This is the command, right? This is create table command for your iceberg table. Little bit changes. You can see this one. Catalog you have to mention it, database and then table name, and inside you have to declare this information and the format you want to declare. Same like properties you can add it additionally for pocket and avro file format and the different. Later session we can see all the syntaxes. Okay, right now I'm seeing some demos examples for yourself. Clear?
Okay.
Any other question? Okay, good. Then now, right now the table is created, unfortunately no data. Just a empty table. We don't have add any values into the table. Right now I'm planning to insert some values. So using Spark, I'm going to insert same insert command like RDBMS I'm going to generate right now. Insert into the Spark underscore catalog. Why I am mentioning this Spark underscore catalog is your catalog directly going to be pointed to Hive performance wise has been improved better. Okay, so Spark catalog D37E is your database batch number, customer, and then I'm trying to insert the table, create the insert statement, insert into the table, value,
Values.
whatever the values we can provide. As of now, overall Ramesh, okay, ID and only two record, right? Two values we
Yeah,
are
two
getting.
columns only. Yeah, two
ID and name.
columns.
Okay, maybe that we're going to create. Alphabetically, who is first? Start from
Yeah,
PQRS. Okay, so Praveen is the first. So I'll give you one. Praveen,
yeah, two comma.
Ramesh, then
Sarvan.
you are, yes, Saravana, Saravana, Pratham, Udaha, Pai Kama, Venu. Okay, so that's it. So insert into table values I declare it. This is common command we are trying to execute it.
There
Insert
needs
into table.
double quotes. Sudagar double.
One more double.
Okay. So the raw syntax I used. So unfortunately, either I have to go this way. Because all the people I mentioned with the double quote, so I will be go with the raw syntax.
No, Sudhakar, there is one single code, one quote was missing. That's it.
Oh, figure. And stuff. Yeah. Now it's clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Now ingestion is completed. Okay. There's the command. I'm trying to hit and write the table. Now let me go into see the output. Okay. I can see all the data. This is what we are doing as it is. Now let me go into read the data using Spark. Spark SQL. Select star from this table as it is. Okay. I can see the data. Now let me go into do some practices with as it properties. Like RDBMS, we can alter the table, delete the record, whatever, blah, 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 we can achieve it. The same we are going to do that. Meanwhile, we'll be going to see this metadata reference also in this part. Okay, right now the table is created with the Avro environment. You can see the Avro is just maintaining all the information as it is. Mm, okay, so you can see the data, whatever I'm trying to insert it. Metadata JSON is created to JSON. You can notice it. 1447 1507. Two metadata JSON created. Let me go into review this metadata JSON. A little bit decrease this value. Yeah, first, okay. So this is the latest metadata JSON. I'm trying to extract this information. So formatations, and this is the unique metadata reference number. They are maintaining it here as it is. And last sequence number, updated timestamp references, column ID, all the information they are maintaining it. This I can show you additional. You can see this snapshot ID, timestamp references. Based on that, you want to roll back your operation. That's possible to read the previous data also. That's why they are providing this additional information. Okay, manifest list. Manifest list creating one path. Dot arrow. This file you can retrieve, then you'll get some idea. Okay, here whatever you're trying to create in the schema, they are maintaining as it is here. Got it? Mm, mm.
So what is the file manifest? It does contain the whole thing, the inside.
Um, Actually, manifest is kind of they are maintaining that just a file creations. Any new file is created every time that you are going to insert any data. They are maintaining with a separate manifest references. Example, you are going to
Oh,
change the column name, or you are going to add some values additional. Everything they are maintaining with a manifest one. Without manifest,
okay.
you cannot sync with your data file. Okay, so here one of the concept is called puffin file, something they are mentioning it. So that's maintaining your data in the cache layer. So,
Okay.
in the later session we will discuss in detail. As of now,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the understanding. Manifest have a multiple list of the information. That manifest list have a multiple manifest file. This manifest
Hmm.
file only is going to be synced with your data layer.
Got it. Got
Okay,
it. Okay, he's going to refer with this that.
correct.
Okay.
That's happening.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to show you some inputs. Mm, where is it?
So there is one more question. How do you differentiate the latest version file, metadata file, with in number with the timestamp, or we have the two metadata file, right? How do you differentiate the latest one?
That's you can see here also. Based on the time.
Time only,
So
no?
this is
Okay.
metadata JSON, and you can see this information. This is stored in your Hive metastore itself. You can go to the command
Mm.
here. What is the metadata version? They're maintaining it right now. Maybe I'm going to run the query again.
Mm.
You can
That
see.
is the latest file, right? Latest file.
Yeah, automatically just going to be inferred. Okay. Now both
Okay.
is available. This is for your reference. They're maintaining as of now. Let's see some example of the asset property. Then it's very easy to explain you. Because without ASIC property, it's difficult to show some progress output. Okay, how it's behave in the back end that I'm trying to explain you right now. Just 5 minutes. Okay. Till now, any other questions? Okay, fine. Then. Now I'll be going to the next level. This is the values available. Now I'm planning to do some changes in this table level. Mm, what I can do right now? Uh, we'll do some update references. Okay. Stop that SQL update. Customer command is set update customer set, and then we'll be providing the value.
ID equal to
Column name values. Column name equal to values.
Yeah, that's ID equal to
100.
44,
Where
where name equal to Sudhakar. Something like okay, sorry. I'm using this combination, right? I'll use this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now ingestion is done. Now let me go into retrieve the tables. Is
Commit
this
is created.
syntax is correct? This is correct, right? Customer set.
Correct.
Does not exist. Errors does not
That is
exist.
correct only. Sudhakar.
Is sensitive.
S is a capital.
Okay, that is a mistake. I don't like to change their name. That's why I'm changing that ID number. Somewhere the mistakes. Okay, maybe. Now the changes have happened in the backend file. Now let me go into see the data. You can see this file. Okay, this is not possible in your Hive environment. Hive, you can do either you want to create a separate partitions to make it all over the data is a write once, read many concept. But Iceberg can adapt to see this information. Same like I want to delete some record. That is also possible. Spark dot delete from customer where ID equal to Ramesh, sorry, I'm deleting that.
Yeah, go ahead. No worry.
Okay. So now the deleted is delete operation also done successfully. Now I can see this data. So update possible, delete possible. I would like to add one more record. So now I'm going to insert again. Cause that SQL insert into values. Again, I'm planning to add 22. Ramesh. So maybe I can do the operation with my name.
Can you
So
put 2 itself
yes.
instead of Ramesh 22? Will the same record will be able to create or will be give any error?
It's created, but for the understanding purpose, I just mentioned 22
Okay.
because in the data layer we may be going to confuse, right? That's why I'll be. If you want, I can create with the two, no problem. But
Just
you
want to
must
see.
know the differences.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll create no problem.
Create 22. Yeah. We can compare the metadata.
Let's try because it's a concept, right? We can see. So data is created. Okay. So did you notice the format is a bit different? You can see 2, 6, and then 1, 3, 44, 5. What is the reason behind?
Which is inserted the last will come in that order.
Metadata keep on maintaining it. It doesn't follow with any sorting references. So metadata, whatever the file is read, it's just going to print you at the beginning for you. That's fine. Latest file is this 2. We are seeing the value. Rest everything the single file. This is completely one file. This is one more file. This is happening. Now let me go in the backend and see the details in our Hive meta stores. Okay, so this is the data path. All your files are stored separate. So we have done how many operations we have done it? One insert, sorry, two insert, one update, one delete.
One delete. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is happening. Data file created with a pocket format. All are related to the pocket form. Okay. Now let me going to read only one file separate using Spark. We'll see the output. Okay, Spark dot read dot Spark that instead of Iceberg, I'm trying to read the data via a pocket file.
This is a first person file, right? First file. Okay.
This is
Yeah.
what is.
This is a first
This is
file. Okay.
the first file. All the records stored inside.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now let me go to
Yeah.
the second one. This is
Last
we
one.
created
insert.
that new insert statement command. First insert statement, second insert statement. Okay, this is changes.
Updated one.
Update. Yes.
Update value. This value and done the changes here. That's why I created with the 22 instead of 2 for understanding purpose. Final one. Okay, this is the changes of deletions. So one record we have deleted.
Deletion. Mm.
So everything they are maintaining the separate file. How it's going to be synced in the backend. Okay, everything we can see the data on the file object. Correct. This is a completely data file we just noticed as discussed. Okay, now I want to see the data in the backend on metadata path.
Dinesh, finally we inserted record, right? Ramesh and your name.
Mm.
That the inserted file is not there, right? Only until delete
Yeah,
file
first one. First
you was
insert.
able to see.
First insert you can
First
see.
one, na?
Yeah, first insert.
Yeah,
Okay.
first one is an insert statement. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So this is read. We are trying to read by file path. This is the first record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the elements are available.
The timestamp
Correct.
is the latest one in the from the command. Can you go to the timestamp?
That's
Check
we
the
can see in
timestamp.
this here. The Avro file is available, right? This is going to be synced with you. Actual two
Okay.
environment data metadata. Data actual file stored. Metadata have to maintain all your manifest information. Correct.
Mm.
So in this
Okay.
manifest, you can see multiple Avro and JSON combination. You can see this information.
Mm.
Mm, I cannot minimize it. Mm, Let me go with decrease the font size again. So in this metadata path, you can see this information. Maybe close it. Modify it. This is manifest. Okay. So 1 KB, 2 KB, something JSON file you notice it, and then Avro file. This is the connectivity layer. So it has some information like Avro path and Avro files with a snapshot number. You can see this is a snapshot. Whenever you're trying to do the changes, one snapshot is automatically created for you. All the Avros are kind of snapshot for you. This is manifest. What is the latest update you have done it? Where is the JSON? JSON file have a latest references. 517, 517. This is a 517 is the latest.
Yeah.
Okay. This 517, this is actually hold all the information related to your latest update. Final changes is going to be maintained here. This is happening in this
Okay.
file. Okay. Now let me going to see the data. Okay. So what are the changes you have done it? So the log can maintain all the changes. First metadata, second metadata with the timestamp details. Timestamp details. All the timestamp they are maintaining separate for you.
Okay.
So you have done one insert, sorry, two insert, one delete, one update. What else we have done it? Delete, one more insert we have done it. First insert, update, delete, insert again. Uh, Total 5 operation we have done it. It's just maintaining all the metadata references here.
Correct.
Now, interesting thing, I want to see the previous records. Like the data is stored here, I want to retrieve the data based on the metadata references. Uh, we'll do one thing. We can see with some metadata of information also from this environment. Mm, Command is called. Okay, so here we have that metadata information. That's I plan to read it. So temporarily, I just copy the code. Let me going to see the data of your iceberg informations. And I read the format iceberg. Or the table name. One more interesting command. Actually, I forget to tell you. Okay, load. Okay, so load. This is a common command we are trying to read. I'll be doing that just as it is right now. Mm,
Yeah.
Catalog customer table. That's we are trying to read it currently. I'm just pointing now, and then we can forward it. Files. This is nothing but file information. Okay, so it's nothing but the content file. What is the file? What is the file format you're maintaining it? Total specification ID, record count, file size information, and a column references. Any column changes, you have done it. All the information they are provided here as it is. Lower bound, upper bound, all the information they are provided. This is like a summary statistics for you. Whenever you're going to hit your query, this is going to be used in the backend for them and read the information. Same like you are seeing the files, right? Same like you can see with Snapshot also. Okay. Now you can see total 4 snapshot. First one is no parent ID, which means it's a default. And then you have done some operation, one snapshot created. And then you have done some operation, one more snapshot created. There is multiple snapshot created. Right now you can see the operations. This is insert statement, update statement, delete. Something we have done some update or there is something we have achieved. Finally, we are inserting one more data. That's why we are seeing this 5 snapshot references also.
So in this case, 4 table storage will be consuming more. ABC,
Only
ACID,
metadata.
iceberg.
Dot JSON, JSON and arrows going to be maintain all the information. Later, if you don't want this snapshot, you can delete by your own also.
But
Why they
default
are
they'll
maintaining the snapshot? Default, they will not be doing it because you want to read the time travel is one of the concept is available. In time travel, you want to read the data again, then Highspec will help you. But other tools doesn't support like that.
okay.
So they will not be suggest that way. But if you want, you can manually delete the data. It's up to your decisions. Okay. Their motive, they are maintaining all the data by themselves. Whatever needed, you can maintain. Rest you can delete by your own. Okay.
Okay.
But Hive, you cannot do that because Hive doesn't have any snapshot references. Either you want to insert overwrite into the new table and then you can refresh the existing values. That's you can do that. Record wise is a bit difficult in a Hive. Am I right? Hope you remember, right? Example, in
Yeah,
1 million record, only one record you want to update, then entire 1 million you want to replace as a new file.
correct.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Here is not required. Just a snapshot, just execute, the snapshot will take care for you.
Okay. That's good.
Anything else?
But in Hive is going to replace with the new file, but old file is will be deleted, right, automatically.
Sorry, come again.
No, my question is that you say that, right? The Hive, when we updated one record, it goes to create the new file with all the records, right?
No, it
Yeah,
was
correct.
there. It was both
Yeah,
file.
but
We
what
have to
about old
think.
file? Old file will be going to getting deleted or still be there.
in
from
Hive.
the Hive. Yeah, in Hive.
Hive both is going to be maintained.
Both are maintaining, but the new file will also have the entire records.
New file you're going to create as a partitions only in Hive. Am I right? Just to
Yeah,
remember,
partition.
you want to direct insert. What is the command? Uh, you are
Insert.
enabling one property is called manage transaction or something. You are enabling the property, and then you're trying
Yes.
to hit the value. Correct. What will happen in the time?
It's going to update it, but the old file is it going to be replaced or is not replaced?
It's maintaining both. And if you want to
Maintaining both.
replace and create only one summary files, how you are going to achieve it?
Okay, got it.
The entire data you want to insert over it, you want to update. Correct.
Yeah. Insert override update. Yes.
But here it's not like that. You have a snapshot command, you can merge it together. That's a merge on write, merge on read. That's I mentioned it. Copy on write and merge on read concept. That's later session we can see this.
Okay, what is the default time travel retention here? In Iceberg, 7 days or
Well,
1 month, seven
there
days,
is
right?
no retentions. You want to decide yourself because it's a everything they will be maintaining based on the manifest list. So every 7 days once you can run this merge on read or copy or write options. Then your data is going to be merged together. Okay.
Okay.
So separate you can just run job. It's going to be read the Puppet file and merge together. That's it. It doesn't take more time. Like Hive. Hive you are going to overwrite entire data. Correct. And you want to
Yes.
update into the Hive catalog also. But high spec not required. High spec very easy. Directly you are going to do the changes with a snapshot level. Snapshot merge you can do that. Then two files merge together and create as a one. Automatically it's done it. Within a few minutes it's complete. It doesn't take more time. So 100 GB of one file, just a 10 MB of one more file. Both you want to merge it
Mm-hmm.
together. It's very easy to complete within a Hive. But Hive, the entire table you want to read and write into new table, then only this merge operation complete and you can delete this existing one. It's a costly operation. Correct.
Okay.
Here there is a concept merge and read is available. Later session we can discuss further. Don't worry. Just give me some. Any other question? Any other questions, guys? Till now everyone is clear or confused?
So the merge on read is a little bit confusion, Dinesh, because
That's later
in
session we can say.
yeah, okay, because when we are looking the file, right, is it when we make the each transaction insert delete update, right, anyhow it is also creating the separate file for the iceberg as well,
Mm.
right? But what is
Separate file is
underlying?
created, you can merge it. Merge it is simply, and
Mm.
all the metadata will be maintained by your manifest files in the separate way. Okay. Now I'll be going to the architecture. You'll be a little bit clear now. You understand what's happening. So Iceberg catalog, metadata layer, they're maintaining the metadata files separate, like we have noticed. Inside this metadata file, we can see the multiple manifest. Manifest list have a manifest file. This manifest file only we are seeing as a JSON. This
Oh,
this manifest files going to be point and write the data with your data layer. This completely going with
oh,
your bucket.
okay.
Okay, they are mentioning so easy, but it's very difficult. So now we are complete with our practical demo. Then let's compare it. Entire metadata you'll be seeing the manifest list and manifest file. Inside this data layer is going to be write your data in the data path separately. So whenever you're going to call it based on the snapshot number S0 F1 is a kind of snapshot is going to be point and read those manifest list of files and read the particular data. Example, manifest list have 100 files only they pointed. Those 100 file only going to be read from the data layer, not with all files. Based on the manifest only, Spark is going to be read Iceberg tables for all the data values. Got it?
Yeah, got it. And I'm curious to know, we generated the poor file, right? Are we going to read the latest file, or we are able to see the information, latest data, right? Why are we going to merge the whole file? It's not necessary. I'm right. For example, first
Just
time.
think about in the reality. You have billions of records with a different file. One file small, one file is a big one. Then what will happen?
Yeah.
You
Anyhow,
have
big pile of.
10 GB file. Each file have
Yeah.
100 GB, 10 GB files. Only one file you have with 500 MB or 10 MB something. You have files or 1 KB of files. What will happen in this case?
Okay.
What
Mm-hmm.
will happen? Performance, how it's going to be react.
Okay.
Just think about it.
Mm,
You're going to face a lot of huge performance issue. You cannot read the files faster. Correct.
correct. Yeah.
What
We
else will
cannot read.
happen?
Mm-hmm.
What will happen?
So you are saying that we have the big pile and small pile.
Mm.
No, no. Can you repeat your question once again?
You have small files also in the same data lake path. You are trying to read the files in the same path. One have 100 GB, few files have 100 GB, few files have only KB, few files have a MB values. What will happen?
While reading,
All are
Mm,
associated. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
while reading.
Okay. So
Mm?
no, all are
Sorry,
residing
come
to
again.
point. No, all are residing to point one table or the different table. The files.
Same table. You can answer that. You can consider in the same table.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Understood. Okay.
What will happen?
it will
The
merging
data
all
is not.
then providing that in.
Performance wise, your job is going to be taking more time and failing
Yeah,
sometimes while you're doing with the joints and further up a costly operation when you're going to do that.
yeah, it would be just
Correct.
taking performance hit. Yeah,
Mm. So you cannot achieve it in faster. Also on time, you cannot make any deliverables. And something job will be going with a deadlock. It's keep on running and they keep on read the file, but out of memory exception, it's remove the files again and the retry attempt is going to be read. Something going to happen frequently, your resource completely spoiled. But here, nothing. Directly manifest is going to be point what is the latest file, what is not the latest file. From manifest file, you're going to read the data faster and show the output. Even time travel concept is possible. Time travel basis, you can show some latest only files information. Don't read all the files together. That's also possible. Mm, let me do one thing.
So does manifest file can point to the latest automatically, right? The as per the architecture.
That's the latest. I want to read the previous one. How we can achieve it?
Yeah, yeah. Time travel then.
So the time travel, how we are going to achieve it? Let's see the example.
Time as up or something, no? You're passing. Yes, up time.
So let's start from table. This table I want to read. This is not a snapshot. I want
Yes,
to
son.
read the customer's table. A version
Yes, son.
as such. Let me going to read this file. Okay, let me going to read this file as of this one. Okay, this is what it is. Your first file, correct? So there is no parent for this.
Yeah, if we
Okay,
don't
now
pass
let me
any
go to this.
version, yeah, if we don't pass
Mhm,
any version, it can take the latest file based on timestamp.
correct. Correct. Now I am going to read this one. This concept is called time travels. Overall, working with a snowflake, they know this one because they are copied
Yeah.
from here only. Now I'm going to check this versions. You can see this latest version. So based on the time also you can read the values. This is based on your snapshot number, correct? These are the snapshot number you're trying to read it. Instead of snapshot number, I want to go based on some time basis. In this particular time, I want to read the data. So this is a committed time, right? Based on this time, committed time, on or before, you can read the data. That is also possible. Mm,
Yes.
Version of okay. Let's try this one. There's the output, right? Maybe I'll compare this. I want to see the proper time for my understanding. I just copy the value, paste it on the down. Okay, so this is the time. Everything in the on time, 15, 16. This time when I have done it, maybe I'll compare this one time for time being.
Yeah.
As of date, okay, because everything the
Yeah.
same day, that's why I'll be pointing with 15, 16. Okay, let me try to see the data first. If it's working fine, then we can do some changes to this.
Okay.
Cannot matching file timestamp versions. This is not a correct. Maybe
Even
timestamp is
time
better.
messed up. Times down messed up.
Okay, based on the timestamp, it's working fine, correct, exactly, but we cannot remember all the time that. Okay, I'm doing some changes. 15, 16, 0, 0, 0, 0. Let's see. It's the exact time they pointed, and this is as of this in this time period, 15, 16th time period. What is the record? Same like day minus one, day minus two. Any record that you want to read, that is also possible to get. Clear now? Any question, guys? Praveen, Sarwan,
Dinesh,
Sagar.
yeah, it is clear, Dinesh. And one more question. We have loaded the small data. It graded one file,
Mm,
correct? But if you are loading with the big data, I think you are saying that 100 GB or 150 GB, right? As per the Spark default behavior, it can be grading multiple file according to the partition.
mm, mm.
Okay, in this case, how are they updating the version, the latest version to keep to maintain for each and everything?
That's taken care by Iceberg table. So Spark doesn't.
Okay,
Iceberg going to be listen. So Spark going to be listen with Iceberg command first details based on just going to be read the file immediate.
okay.
Okay. Now suppose
Iceberg is going
you
to
want
merge. Yeah, Iceberg is going to communicate with data finder, right? And to interact with the Spark, and it is getting all the latest snapshot and merge it, right? Merge and will return the result. Am I right?
correct. That's a merge and read
Yeah.
you want to apply. Right now it's maintaining all the files separate. Once you apply the merge and read, then it's going to be combined together.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just to merge it and returning the output. It's not creating the new file.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's a merge and read. It's going to be create only one file, remove all the existing one. Later session we can see that one. Don't worry. Okay.
Hmm.
So this is the basics, and they might be confusing a lot. That's why I'll be going a little bit slow. Everybody is in sync, then it's easy to go to the next topic. As of any other questions, Praveen, Saron, Sudhakar, when I'm getting some WhatsApp chat.
No,
Just
the,
Yeah, looks fine. Yeah.
okay, great. One minute. Member waiting in our queue. I would like to join in here. Okay. You have been unable to join due to Friday, so okay, no fine. Hopefully tomorrow I can see everyone. Okay, fine. We'll come back to the topic. What else we have to discuss now? Till now, everybody is clear how asset property work, how the manifestos work, how we are going to read the snapshot details, how we are going to see the file informations from Iceberg tables. Till now, I hope everyone is clear, right? No doubt. Any other questions?
It's clear, Dinesh. And if we want to grade the catalog as well, do we also grade custom catalog and work on this, right? It's not an issue.
Yeah, correct. Not a
Yeah.
problem. We can. Whatever you need, that's possible here. But everything on the top of your Hive catalog only, you're going to maintain it. Got it?
Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay, fine. So as of now, you have some idea. Maybe tomorrow we'll go further topics. It's a little bit advanced how we are going to use the procedures. Something is called SP in our Hive Oracle table, right? Same like Iceberg have some procedures available and something related to the merge and read and write that we are going to do some practices here. That we can take on tomorrow. Okay, because I don't like to give you more confusions. You'll be go through whatever we have discussed with the recording once again. Come back with tomorrow again with all your queries. Will be discussed first. Everything is clear, then we can go to the next level topic. First is a kind of 5 to 10 minutes. We are going to discuss all your confusions or queries, whatever you have doubts, you can discuss it. Then we can continue further. Okay? Anything else? I will create a drive folder for you separate and we'll upload all the document and we'll give you that grant access. You can review from there. Okay?
Okay. Thank
So
you.
till now, I just recall the concept, whatever we have done in Iceberg basic architecture we just discussed. What is the difference between the catalog of Nessie, Dremio, and the Spark functions that we discussed? How we are going to communicate and why Spark is needed for that communication with Iceberg tables. This are the discussions. Later, we'll see some samples between Hive table and Iceberg table. And then we are seeing that the information about what we have done with Iceberg table, what are possible, what are not possible with the as a property level. Thus we notice it inside update to delete all three actions we have done it. The backend layer, how it store the data with the metadata and data layer. That's also we have seen. And then we are doing some practices with the snapshot. Why it's maintaining the snapshot, how we are going to retrieve the old data from the snapshot. That information we just noticed and retrieve it. This is, we have done it today successfully. We are feeling fully hands-on. Tomorrow, the balance will be continued as it is. Okay. So please be join on time. Don't skip the classes. Try to learn everything as soon as possible. This is a very good time for you, and you can adopt everything immediately. Okay. Any other question we can discuss, or we can wind up the session already. Any other questions, Ramesh? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's meet
That means
tomorrow.
I need to talk
And,
separately. I need to talk
okay,
to you
no problem.
separately.
No problem. No problem. Sure. Thank you all.